Hello friends and dear learners, I am Sonu Saini, Assistant Professor in Russian at Center of Russian Studies, IGNOU. I welcome you all to the course Basics of Russian Communication Skills Part 1. Let's see what is the plan of today's module. First, we will discuss the objective of the course. Then we will go to find out why are we reading this story. Then we will find out some difficult words, that means vocabulary. After that, we will read the story, or what we can say that Russian folk story, the Turnip. In Russian it is called Repka, in Russian and in English. After that, we will discuss the story. After that, we will find out the synonyms and antonyms of the words. And the last part will be the question and answer session. Let's see what is the objective of the module. The objective of this module is to make you understand the basics of Russian language through the text as teaching tool. We will be discussing specific text in each module so that you gradually learn the basics of Russian easily in an interesting way. In this module, we will read and discuss the interesting Russian folk story titled The Turnip, Repka. In Hindi, it means shaljam or shalgam. Now, let's discuss why are we reading this story while learning foreign language or Russian language. Dear friends, as we know that we all love to learn various things through stories. Yes, and if the story is popular folk tale, then the learning is even more interesting. That's why today we have a Russian folk tale or story which we are going to read with you and discuss in this module. There will be various grammatical aspects of Russian language. Some of the grammatical aspects you must have already gone through, and some would come soon in your further modules. So don't worry if you find some new words or expressions and so on. We will explain all the words and expressions here. So let's start this wonderful journey to learn Russian through stories. Let's begin with some vocabulary first. The first word in the vocabulary is pasajich and sajach. Both the verb means to plant. In Hindi, bona, जैसे बीज बोना. Next word we have jiet, jietka, jedushka. The meaning of all these three words is grandfather. That means in Hindi we have Dadaji. Next word is Repka. You must have heard this word, right? Yeah, this is the title of our story. Repka means turnip, and turnip is in Hindi shaljam or shalgam. Next word we have virasti, virastach. So the verb virasti, virastach means to grow up. Next is balshaya, pribalshaya. So balshaya, you can guess, is bigger. Balshaya. So balshaya means big. Pribalshaya means bigger. Next word is paichi. Paichi means to come, to go. The meaning of this word depends on the context. Next word is rvach. Rvach means to tear off. किसी को किसी चीज से अलग करना. So next word is chinuch. Chinuch means to pull. Next word we have vichinuch. Vichinuch means to pull out. In Hindi what we say, कुछ बाहर निकालना. Next word we have nimozhet. Nimozhet means cannot. Next word, pozvach. Pozvach means to call a person, that means. So next word we have baapka. Baapka means grandmother. In Hindi we know it dadi ma or dadi ji. Next word we have preechi. Preechi means to come in or to come. Next word vnuchka. Vnuchka means granddaughter. The next word is sabachka or sabaka. That means dog or doggy. Next word we have za. Za means behind. In this story, this may have the meaning of pulled or pulling from behind. Next word we have koshka. That means cat. Next word we have myshka or mysh. That means little mouse. Dear friends, let's read these words once again for the pronunciation so that you can also get how these words are pronounced correctly. Please repeat after me. Pasajich, Sarjach, Jiet, Jietka, Jiedushka, Riepka, Vyrasti, Vyrastach, Большая, Прибольшая, Пойти, Рвать, Тянуть, Вытянуть, Не может, Позвать, Бабка, Прийти, Внучка, Собачка, Собака, За, Кошка, Мышка, Мышь. Dear learners, now time to go to the story. Let's see what is waiting for us. The story, as you know, is the turnip. In Russian it is Riepka. Dear learners, as you know that we are using text as methodological or teaching tool in order to learn Russian language in an efficient manner. We will be reading the text in Russian language first so that you can understand the tone and texture of Russian language easily. After that, we will be discussing the text and reading the story with you sentence by sentence with the simultaneous translation in English so that you can comprehend the text easily and understand the grammatical structures as well. Let's listen the story in Russian first. We would like to suggest you to keep your notebook and pen ready so that you can note down all the important expressions or word combinations or words which we are going to use in this text for later discussion. Let's listen carefully to the text in Russian language first. Репка. Посадил дед репку. Выросла репка. Большая, прибольшая. Пошел дед рвать эту репку. Тянет, потянет, вытянуть не может. Позвал дед бабку. Бабка за детку, детка за репку. Тянет, потянет, вытянуть не могут. Пришла внучка. Внучка за бабку, бабка за детку, детка за репку. Тянут, потянут, вытянуть не могут. Пришла собачка. Собачка за внучку, внучка за бабку, бабка за детку, детка за репку. Тянут, потянут, вытянуть не могут. Пришла кошка. Мяу. Кошка за собачку, собачка за внучку, внучка за бабку, бабка за детку, детка за репку. Тянут, потянут, вытянуть не могут. Пришла мышка. Мышка за кошку, кошка за собачку, собачка за внучку, внучка за бабку, а бабка за детку, детка за репку. Тянут, потянут, вытянули репку. Dear learners, I am sure that after listening to the story, you must be having an idea about the tone and texture of Russian language. You must be wondering now about the meaning of the text, that what is the meaning of this story. As it was promised earlier, we will be discussing this story with the help of the English translation now. Now let's read the story in English translation. Grandpa planted turnip. The turnip grew bigger and bigger. Grandpa came to pick the turnip, pulled but could not pull it up. Grandpa called Grandma. Grandma pulled Grandpa. Grandpa pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled but could not pull it up. Granddaughter came. Granddaughter pulled Grandma. Grandma pulled Grandpa. Grandpa pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled but could not pull it up. The doggy came. Doggy pulled granddaughter. Granddaughter pulled grandma. Grandma pulled grandpa. And grandpa pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled but could not pull it up. A kitty came. Meow. Kitty pulled doggy. Doggy pulled granddaughter. Granddaughter pulled grandma. Grandma pulled grandpa. Grandpa pulled the turnip. Then they pulled and pulled but could not pull it up. Then a mouse came. The mouse pulled kitty. Kitty pulled the doggy. Doggy pulled granddaughter. Granddaughter pulled grandma. Grandma pulled grandpa. And grandpa pulled the turnip. They pulled and pulled and pulled the turnip. Thank you. Dear learners, let's discuss this story word to word so that we can discuss the grammatical aspects and the meaning of each and every word with you. So the first sentence is Pasajil jet repko. Pasajil means to sow, to plant. Jet repko. Jet is Jedushka, grandfather or grandpa. Repko, you know, repka. Repka is the turnip or shalgam. So if we simplify the sentence, as we discussed earlier, like in Russian there is no set word order, like in English we have subject, verb, object, but in Russian if we want to simplify, then we can just put it in that way also. Like subject here is jet, pasajil, repko. So subject, verb, object. So in that way we understand the sentence easily as we compare it with the English language. Let's see. Jet pasajil repko. That means grandpa planted a turnip. Vyrasla repka balshaya pribalshaya. Vyrasla. As you know, the turnip grew bigger and bigger. So Vyrasla means to grow up. Repka is turnip. Balshaya means big. Pribalshaya means bigger. Pashol jet rvach repko. Pashol. Pashol is to go. Jet, Jedushka, you know that. The grandpa. Rvach, to pull it out or pick it up. So this next sentence we have Pashol jet rvach repko. Pashol means to go. Jed is Jedushka. Rvach is to pick it up. Repka. Repka is you know. So if we simplify the sentence, Jet Pashol rvach repko. That means grandpa came or have gone to pick up the turnip. Chyanit pachyanit. So chyanit means to pull it out, or he is pulling. Chyanit pachyanit. Pachyanit also means has the same like pulling it up or pulled up. Vychinut. Vychinut means to pull it out. Nimojat. That they could not pull it up. So the next sentence is Pazwal jet baapko. Pazwal jet baapko. That means to call somebody. So here jet, if you simplify it, jet Pazwal baapko. That means the grandfather called grandmother. Of course his wife, not his grandmother but his wife. So the next sentence we have Baap kaza jietko. Jet kaza riepko. Chyanit pachyanit vychinit nimogut. So here it means Babka, that is grandmother, she is behind the grandfather Jetku. Babka za Jetku is a set expression, or we can say in a particular case that means she is behind, that grandmother is behind the grandfather, and that means here context says that she is pulling him to help him to pull out the turnip. So Babka za Jetku. Za Jetku takes the question za kavo, accusative case. So Babka za Jetku. Jetka za Repku, and the Jetka is grandfather. Za Repku. So he is after the turnip. And Chyanut, as you know, pulling it up or pulling it out. Chyanut pachyanut vychinut nimogut, that we have discussed. Vychinut nimogut, that means they could not pull it up. So this construction repeats further in the story as it happens in any folk tale. So the next sentence is Prishla vnuchka. Vnuchka is, of course, not this one, but this one. Prishla vnuchka. Vnuchka is granddaughter. So Prishla means to came. The granddaughter came, and then she is also helping them, and she stood behind the grandmother. So Vnuchka za baapko, that means granddaughter is after the grandmother, and she is helping them. So Vnuchka za baapko, baapka za jetku. Baapka za jetku we have done earlier as well. That means grandmother is behind, or grandmother is helping grandfather. So Babka za Jetku, Jetka za Riepku, Chyanut pachyanut vychinit nimogut. That means they tried to pull it up, but they could not pull it up. Prishla sabachka. The sabachka. Sabachka is the form, is another form of sabaka. which we call laskavaya forma, that means प्यार से बुलाने वाला नाम, Prishla Sabachka. So Sabachka is Sabaka, that means dog, or as in English translation we have seen that doggy. Doggy came, and then it also tries to help them, and then the construction goes, or the sentence comes as Sabachka za vnuchku, vnuchka za babku, babka za djedku, djedka za repku, tjanut pachjanut, vychinut ne mogut. So here this construction, as you know, the construction vnuchka za babku, babka za djedku, djedka za repku, this has a set meaning here. That means they are helping each other. They have made a line, and then they are trying to pull each and everybody so that they can pull the turnip out. Let's go further. What we have in the story? Okay, the next we have Prishla Koshka. That means the kitty or cat came in to help them, of course. Koshka za sabachku, and the construction repeats. So Koshka also comes into the line, and then she also tries, and then it also tries to help them out. So the construction goes further in the same manner. Koshka za sabachku, sabachka za vnuchku, vnuchka za babku, babka za djedku, a djedka za repku, tjanut pachjanut, vychinit ne mogut. So in the same way that has the same meaning and same construction. The next sentence is a newer one, that is Prishla Myshka. So the new character comes in, the Myshka. Myshka is a mouse. So it comes, and again to try to help them, and it stands behind the line and try to help them. That's why the same construction goes Myshka za koshku, koshka za sabachku, sabachka za vnuchku, vnuchka za babku, and babka za djedku, and there is a long line. And that's why they are now trying to, each and everybody is trying to help the grandfather to pull that turnip out. As we can see that here, Prishla Myshka, Myshka za koshku, koshka za sabachku, sabachka za vnuchku, vnuchka za babku, babka za djedku, djedka za repku, tjanut pachjanut I vychinuli repku. Dear learners, I'm sure you must have liked the story very well, and you must have understood the story and its grammatical construction of each and every word or expressions. Let's find out what is the moral of the story. Can you think about that? That what this story tells us or teaches about? Yes. You, I'm asking you. Can you guess? Right. It's a collaboration. That means if we all work together, we can do anything. In Russian, it is called взаимопомощь. Взаимопомощь. So once again, взаимопомощь. Взаимо means collaborative, and помощь means help. So when we collaborate and help each other in any task, that means взаимопомощь. So this is the moral of the story. Now let's go to the next part of our module. The next part is to make synonyms of some words. So let's say in Russian we can say that's образуем синонимы данных ниже слов. The first word we have вырасти. Вырасти, you know, is to grow up, and the synonym is подрасти. Yes. Next word is большой. Большой is big, and the synonym is немалый. That means bigger or big. Next word we have прийти. Прийти, as you know, to come or to come in. The synonym is явиться. Явиться. The next word we have chinuch. Chinuch. You must be knowing this word to pull up or pull out. And the synonym can be tashich. Okay, let's read once again these words so that you can have a fair idea about their pronunciations. So first word we have viraschi. Can you repeat after me? Yes, you. Alright. Viraschi, padraschi, большой, немалый, прийти, явиться, тянуть, тащить. Right, that's good. Молодцы. So let's go to the next part of our module, that is to make antonym of the same words. In Russian we call it образуем антонимы данных ниже слов. So first word we had вырасти, and antonym of this word is уменьшиться. Уменьшиться. Большой is the next word. So большой, and antonym is маленький. Маленький. Next word we have прийти, to come in, and the antonym is уйти. Next word we have тянуть, and the antonym is толкать. Yes, let's repeat the pronunciation of these words, and please repeat after me. Вырасти, уменьшиться, большой, маленький, прийти, уйти, тянуть, толкать. Молодцы. Very good. Okay, let's go to the next part of our module, that is question and answer. Now, first I would like to ask you the questions. If you have understood the story, then you will be able to answer these simple questions easily. Let's listen to the questions. First question is, что посадил дед? Что посадил дед? Next question is, кого позвал дед? Кого позвал дед? Third question is, кто помог деду вытянуть репку? Кто помог деду вытянуть репку? Next question we have, какая мораль выражается в сказке? Какая мораль выражается в сказке? Next question is, как вы понимаете слово взаимопомощь? Как вы понимаете слово взаимопомощь? Okay, let's go back and see the questions and answers of this module. Let's discuss now the questions with the answers. I'm sure that you must have already got some of the answers, or maybe all the answers. Let's discuss and see what do we have in the answers. So the first question was, что посадил дед? That means, what did the grandfather plant? So the answer is, дед посадил репку. Yes, right? Correctly. So next question is, кого позвал дед? Yeah, кого позвал дед? Whom did grandfather call to? So дед позвал бабку. So that means grandfather called to the grandmother for help. Next question we had, кто помог деду вытянуть репку? That means, who all helped the grandfather to pull out the turnip. So the answer is мышка, кошка, внучка, бабка помогли деду вытянуть репку. Next question we have. Какая мораль выражается в сказке? What is the moral of the story? And the answer is в сказке выражается мораль. Right. We discussed this. Взаимопомощь. Yes. So the moral of the story is collaboration. Next question we had. Как вы понимаете слово взаимопомощь? So the meaning of this question is, how do you understand the word взаимопомощь, that is collaboration? So the answer can be different as per your interpretation of the word, but there is one of the versions. Я понимаю слово взаимопомощь помогать друг другу или работать вместе. Да? Я понимаю слово взаимопомощь помогать друг другу или работать вместе. That means I understand the word collaboration, to help each other or to work together. Thank you very much, dear learners, for your kind attention. Thank you.